Hi everyone. So for this card I'm gonna hopefully make it really quick. We know what I'm like. I like to waffle, so you know, it happens. So I'm just going to get straight into it, and then I'll explain as I go what products I've used, and that way I don't need to do a speed through. I can do just a chatty video. So if I start from the bottom up, so I have a piece of pumpkin pie Stampin' Up cardstock, and it measures 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and it's going to be a top folding card. So I've got that there, if I can get that out of the way. I then have this paper. You'll have to excuse some noise, it's crinkly. This is from the By the Shore Designer Series paper stack. Now I've cut a lot of mine down to 6 by 6. This was a 12 by 12, but I thought, and I don't think it's in the catalogue, this was a couple of years ago, so again this is me trying to use pattern papers to show you, you know, whether you've got this pattern paper or something similar, how you can make it work for your cards. So this particular pattern, although it's got that on the other side, which is very cool, and there was a coordinating stamp set that went with it as well, I thought the waves lent themselves, this sort of ombre wavy look. So I'm going to have that just straight on here, which I think, will I do that yet? Yes. Let's put it together as we go. Is that one empty? Oh yeah. So I'm going to try and keep these, the next couple of videos, well actually I don't know what order I'm putting these in, but anyway, I'm just going to stick this on here, and this one measures 4 by 5 1/4, so it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller. Somewhat straight on there. You know what I'm like. Then this bit of brown paper is from Woodland Textures Designer Series paper pack, and I believe this is a 6 by 6 stack, and it's got some lovely wood grain textures, so I thought this was kind of cool to have as kind of, if you imagine this as being kind of my wallpaper, and this is the tabletop. That's the idea behind it. And I believe that paper pack at the moment, I don't know what will be in the new catalogue from June 2019, but at the moment I think it's still in the catalogue, if I'm right in that, but someone can correct me. And I will give you the measurement of this in a second. Oh, way off. This one is, I cannot remember, so this will be 4 inches, so same width as this, by 1 1/2. And this is just going to go, make sure I've got the right way up, going to go on the bottom here, just lining it up with the edge of the pattern paper. She says. You know me and straight lines, we don't go so well, but we do the best we can. Right, so what I want to do now, before I explain the other images, is I've got this piece that I've cut out. This is also pumpkin pie, and this comes from, now this is long gone, I know it is, but if you've got any label type dies, this will work, or even just a straight cut piece of paper that will fit your sentiment, which I didn't even check that bit. Oh yeah, I did. So that this label comes from Project Life Cards and Labels, and this was when Project Life was still part of Stampin' Up. You know, sort of worked together. Now they have Memories and More. That's their Project Life style. It's like their own thing. So yeah, so if you've got this stamp set, die set, sorry, or just use, you don't have to have the exact same die. You could have just a piece of cardstock that's square, or if you've got one of those ticket, I think they call them ticket punch, so it punches the corner this way, you could do exactly the same thing then. So what I want to do with that is I've got some VersaFine Onyx black ink, and I'm just going to ink up my sentiment, which I'll show you where I got it from in a minute. You're fantastic. See if I can somewhat get this straight. It doesn't really matter, but ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. My phone's going mad. Right, you're fantastic. I thought that was funny. So that's going to go up here somewhere, and then I have these little images, and they come from, as well as the sentiment, it comes from Fawn's Fintastic Friends. I love all the aquatic, oceany, is that a word? type of images. I love the ocean, so I picked out, well, again, like I normally do, I stamp a whole bunch of images and then I sit and colour them in. So these I used some Zig Clean Colour Reel brush markers. Say that 3 times fast. I didn't actually film the colouring of this, and I've just realised all the colours come out of that. How funny. What I forgot was when I'd put some of these images together, so for example, that's the fish tank. That's the fish tank there. There's the little rocks for it. There's the seaweed pieces, so the greeny bits there. And when I stuck them all down where I wanted them on the image, on in the fishbowl. And then what I did, and hopefully you'll be able to pick this up, on the, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but what I did was I used some Nouveau Crystal Glaze over the top, but only up until the water line and the inside of the fishbowl. And the reason I did that was so that it looked like water. That was the idea. But what I forgot, so this is note to everybody else, what I totally forgot about was that zigs, like distress, like a lot of dye inks, are actually reactive with water or moisture. So by putting the glossy, you can use glossy accents, but by putting the glaze on it, it actually reactivated all those colours. So I think that's why my background, although it was a lot bluer than that, is not so much now. So that's something to be aware of. It just reacted the way it did, but it does look, if you use Copics or something, you'll be fine, but it does look very cool, I think. And like I say, I don't know how much this is going to pick up, but hopefully you'll be able to see a bit of that. The food I didn't do anything with, I just left it as it was. So I'm going to get this little guy positioned where I want him, roughly. And this is going to be kind of a simpler version. I have actually got another card planned, but I wanted this to be kind of a simpler version of, so you can see the difference. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take just some foam tape, about there maybe, I don't know. I think that's too long, but that's okay. Right, and what I'm going to do, and this is an easy way to do this, you can do the exact same thing by using some what do you call it, like string or cotton thread, something like that, but I'm going to just show you a really easy way to do this. So what I want, if I can line that up, what I want is to have this look like it's a picture on the wall. This is bent slightly, so bear with me. It's somewhat in the middle. Yeah, straight enough. Right, so that's stuck on there, so you could easily leave that like it is with your images stuck down. Yeah, that'd be great. But what I want to do before I put those on, I've got a Derwent graphic line marker. You can use just a fine line marker pen that do the same job. So don't get too hung up on having certain products. Think about, you know, I'll always try and give you an alternative option. So what I want to do is find, it's not too much maths, I promise. I don't do maths. I am turning it upside down, I know. But I want to find the middle, which should be easy because this is only it's 4 across, so 2 is going to be your marker, and then I'm just going to use the marker, the pen itself, and I'm just going to go down to where I think it would look like it's supposed to be there, if that makes sense. Right, do you see where I'm going with this? It's not the most perfect triangle, but you know. Excuse me. And what you want to just try and do is see if you can get slightly under there. You could probably do that before you actually plonk this on there, but that's fine. I'll do something with that in a minute. And then these are the other images. So because there's not a lot else going on this card, I'm actually going to do a bit of like putting extra dimension on the front, because it's quite a plain card really. So I've got 2 layers of foam on this, on the food. Did I just chuck that in? Oh no. Thought I chucked the rubbish in the non-rubbish bin on my desk. That's about right for me. And then on the fish tank, I mean not the fish tank, the fish bowl, I'm just going to have a single layer of foam. Should I get it? Yeah, that should be fine. So just get these off. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of time. So I want this maybe about there. And then I'm going to have my little food thingy just off to the side. By having the extra layer, it makes it look like it's more, like it's in front of it even more. So, oh, I didn't realise that was there. I've got a bit of extra tape here. Just try and cut that off. There you go. Perfect. So that. Then I have some enamel dots. These are also in pumpkin pie, but these were from, I think, a Halloween set that came out a few years ago. There were 3, I think there was, I can't remember the colours now, Old Olive and Elegant Eggplant maybe? Perfect Plum? Can't remember. Anyway, so it came in like a set with 3 of the Halloweeny colours, but it's pumpkin pie, so it's the same colour that matches the cardstock. But again, don't get hung up on things like that. Just find something that coordinates. You know, it can be a totally different colour. It doesn't have to be this colour. So I thought what I'd do is I would use there's a smaller one and a larger one here. So I thought if I use the larger one to put on here, so this is the nail in the wall. And then I'm just going to spread some of these out just randomly on the page. Just adds a little look. And I am using all of them. I mean, I've got loads of this kind of stuff that I just always forget to use. So for me, this is quite nice just to be able to grab them and go, actually they work perfectly with that card, I'm going to use it, you know. Ugh, get off. Right, so that's that. And then one more thing, on the inside of the card, I don't normally decorate the inside of my cards too often, but I thought it's quite a plain card, like there's not tons of stuff if you've seen some of my other ones. So I thought I will just put best fishes, which I thought was funny, on the inside to finish it off. And that also comes from the Fantastic, so all the stamps come from the same stamp set. There you go, very simple card. I don't know what I was going to say there, but anyway, so there you go guys. Hope you have a crafty day. I will see you in the next one. Oh, before I go, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see some more craftiness from me. Thanks so much to everybody who has commented in the last few videos and subscribed as well. I love that you guys are liking what I'm doing, and I love doing this for you guys. So I will see you then. Bye!